Hey guys, I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, please write in the chat box. Or it might not start. Let's see. Hi guys, it's Melissa Kathryn. I'm so excited to have you for 4 weeks to fat loss. What I want to do before we get started is I want to make sure that you guys can hear me and see me. That would be important for the next hour, right? So if you would, please just type in the chat box. If you are here and you can see me and hear me, and then we can get started. Okay. You guys just do me a favor. My team says you can see me. If you can see me and hear me. Awesome. All right. Thanks, Ashley. Thanks, Danielle. Beautiful. Okay. So you guys, we have so much to cover. I'm really excited about this program because it is 4 weeks to fat loss. Thank you, Ashley. Barb. Awesome. Barb from Maine. Nice to see you here. You guys, I'm so excited. Trudy, love it. All right. Thank you, Kim and Cindy. Oh my God, you guys are incredible. Okay, so as people are gonna still be coming in, I just wanna make sure that we get started because I really want you guys, I wanna honor you first off for taking time on your Wednesday night. You guys are gonna have me for 4 weeks. So 4 weeks to fat loss, I created this program because I want everyone to feel good. It's truthfully the reason. I want you to feel good. I want you to have your body. I recognize not everybody can pay for coaching. And have that level of accountability and support. And I wanted to be able to help you, and I can do that. And that's why I do this work. And so I wanted to make this accessible to you. What I do want to tell you are a few things. Before we get started, what I'm going to go through is the layout for the program. You are literally in a 4-week program. I don't want you to think of this as a one-off call. I want you to know that you will have access to the replays for 48 hours. Why do I do that? I'm doing that because I want to hold you accountable to staying in action. You signed up for this program because you want to change. I got many of your questions, right? There are a few hundred of you that registered. And there's only so many of you on a call, and you guys are the people that are really serious and you're ready for a change. I will give you everything I've got, but I'm going to ask that you give me everything you've got in return. Okay. So I'll tell, for those of you that don't know me and what I'm all about, I will tell you a bit about my story. But what I first want to do is tell you, I started this program because I want to help you. It's 4 weeks. I want you to think about it as a program. I do recognize when people do not pay for things, they don't invest themselves the same way because it's free, right? So they don't show up. They don't feel like they necessarily have anything to lose because they haven't put many stakes down, right? Meaning you haven't invested anything more than you putting your name in a box. Well, that is the first place where we need to draw a line in the sand and shift your mentality. Because if that is your mentality, then that's the reason why you're not at your goal weight. Because you start things and it is a way to look at your disconnection to your word and what you say you want, and to your actual commitment to what it is that you want. So if you want weight loss, guys, I'm going to give you weight loss, but I need you to show up. I need you to take the coaching, and I need you to be accountable. right? You're grown women, you say that you want this. There's a reason why you haven't lost the weight. And we're gonna get to the bottom of that. And if you follow the action steps that I lay out in these 4 weeks, you will get results. You will see and feel a difference, right? I promise, but you have to do them. So I really want to say this too, and this is going to sound a bit strange, and this is not because I'm like, oh, only listen to me or I know everything. That is not why. But if you are one of these people that's reading 15,000 blogs about weight loss, and most times, and I can say this because I was the chronic dieter. I went from emotional eater to chronic dieter, and did this for the majority of my life, right? And so it's like we never really follow through on one thing because we're constantly looking for that quick fix. So we'll start a program, but we're also reading this person's thing, and then we're talking about fasting and carb cycling and eliminating this, and I've got to work out harder. Just commit to just this for 4 weeks. Just me. I promise. It will do your body good. Just me. Show up here. Give me all you got. I'm going to give you all I've got. And you will be happy at the end of this, right? So what this is 4 weeks to fat loss. This is end the struggle, release the weight, gain confidence, and get your body back. Right? So in these 4 weeks, and I'm going to refer to my notes because I just have too much stuff outlined to talk to you guys. I'd like to say that I could just stay up in my head, but no. So what we are going to cover, and I said this, you guys, this is a 4-part program. It's 4 weeks. You can do anything for 4 weeks. So what I want you to do is actually draw that line in the sand and make the commitment now. Just say, I am doing this for 4 weeks. I will follow what she says in the formula that she gives me, and I will show up and I will do the work. And I don't even like to say work because this isn't about work. I'm going to do what is needed to show up for me because I deserve the body on the other side of this. Okay, because you do, right? It's like, let's just be done with this once and for all. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that in 4 weeks, we're going to be able to do the work that I do with private clients and my group clients. But I can tell you this. I have a 6-week program where the minimum amount of weight loss is 12 pounds, right? And this is teaching a lot of the things that I'm teaching here. And I'm mixing in other mindset things, right? And a lot about self-sabotage along with actionable tips. So you're not only going to learn how to conquer your cravings, you're going to have the mind-body connection. You're going to learn about fitness that works. You're going to learn how to properly fuel your body. Know top supplements that are going to help you to lose weight, right? There are things that are all natural and foods that will help you with fat loss. And the biggest thing not only is the mindset reboot, because truly, you guys, the idea that you haven't lost weight, right? Like how many of you are sitting there going, I know what to do, but I'm just not doing it, right? You don't need more willpower. You don't need more discipline, right? What you actually need to do is identify why do you keep getting in your own way, and it's your self-sabotage, which comes on in varying forms, right? And those are 4 archetypes that I help people to identify that are connected to patterns that you have that keep you stuck, that keep you playing small, right? And a few of those just examples are an all or nothing mentality, right? Beliefs of not being enough, not being good enough, not being deserving, not being worthy, right? There are so many different ways that we self-sabotage, and it's how do we get out of our own way? I'm going to show you. I'm going to teach you, right? And the mindset reboot alone is going to be beautiful for you. So also what I want you to know is that each week you're also going to receive handouts, right? I want you to do the handouts. I want you to use the handouts. There's a reason. You're also going to get a call to action. This is all because the way that I coach and the things that I do, I just want you to know, I am not one of these coaches. I am very loving. Everyone knows I'm a very loving and nurturing person. However, I am about action and I'm about getting results. I am not here to just take up your time. I tell people all the time, I'm not here just for money. I am here because I want you to get results and to succeed, right? And so I was called to do this work for a reason. I'm great at my job. And what I want you to know is that in saying that, in these 4 weeks, I have created this program, and this plan is 4 weeks to fat loss in a specific way. There is always a reason why I have you do what you do, and always a reason why I ask you questions and ask you to do things. Anybody that works with me knows this about me, even if they're like, I don't know why you're asking me that. And then afterwards they're like, oh, wow, that makes so much sense, right? Like I just ran a retreat with clients this past weekend, and they were like, yes, okay, I didn't get that at first, but yes, right? There's always a reason, just trust me, right? That's why you're here, you identify with this, okay? Thank you, Patty. All right, so you're gonna have handouts each week. You're also gonna get a call to action. I want you to take advantage of these and to do them. First and foremost, I also want you to have a journal. So if you don't have one, get one. If you're listening to me right now and you have Facebook open and you're multitasking and doing 15 different things, just take this time for you. This is truly a gift. This is like a free program, right? It's not gonna be free ever again, so take it. You signed up here for a reason. Use it. That's why you're here. You wanna get results. All right, so who am I anyway? For those of you that don't know, I'm Melissa Kathryn. I'm a certified holistic nutritionist. I'm a fitness expert. I've been a fitness competitor and was also a personal trainer. I also have a background in fashion design and styling, which does help for lifestyle and understanding the woman's body and really representing how you have to love you now, feel good in things now, and to stop waiting for the body that you want to have to start living and enjoying your life and having fun. Other things that I want to tell you are I'm also a certified hypnotherapist. I do energy work as well, and I am a best-selling author and speaker. And I've been doing this I've honestly been doing this work for most of my life, naturally. I infuse all of my work with heavy mindset work, positive psychology, and life coaching as well. I specialize in emotional eating. That is what I came from. I am really known for getting people unblocked, for putting them in a course of action that gets them results and heals them so that they never have to be on a diet again, right? And truly that means that you are diet free. I just had a call with a client this week, and she is in my group program, and I just adore her to pieces. And she's shown up each week, even when it was challenging for her. And she's been with me at the point of 12 weeks. 12 weeks in, which when you look at a lifetime, it's not very much. She came to me and was, basically food addict, almost chronic dieter, and her identity is so tied up with her weight. And she came to me this past week, and this is why people do, my group and do my year-long private coaching and stuff. And it's a year because I say it's not going to be that long to get the weight off, but I'm going to be here when you want to self-sabotage. I'm going to keep you from going back, right? So I said to you tonight that anybody can do a program for 4 weeks. You can do this for 4 weeks. But I also want you to get that you're going to get results, and I want you to follow through. I want you to have support and accountability, which is what we're going to talk about next. But going back to this particular client, she was noticing she wanted to self-sabotage because it felt too easy. She's not struggling, she's not dieting, and she's losing weight, right? And she's actually being really loving towards herself. These are all different things she doesn't know. And she just said, Melissa, I'm wanting to do this. She said, I'm not understanding why. And I said, yes, you do, right? And so I coached her through it. And what it came to, she ended, crying and in tears and just said, this has been my identity. I don't know who I am without this. It's really scary, to actually experience life free from feeling all of this, that I want to mess it up, right? So you guys, what I want you to know is you're going to get results. You might want to mess them up. That's why we're going to do one of these weeks on self-sabotage and ways to ensure that you don't do that. But I also want you to know that if you've been like the average woman has spent 31 years of her life on a diet, if that is you, it is ingrained in you. It comes we have to go back to the root. There is a reason why, right? And it's not the reason why, you know, a cleanse works, a detox works for a short period of time, and then you gain the weight back, or you think, oh, Weight Watchers worked for me. No, it didn't, or else you wouldn't be here, right? So it's about, okay, how can I do this without being on a diet, right? And so I'm going to show you those tools. And so tonight, so that is one example. So I wanted to address that. Going back to why me. So it sounds like I've got a lot of credentials, and yes, I do. I'm very, very well versed in this. But first and foremost is I've lived through it. You know, anybody that's talked to me knows that I understand them. I connect with you. And the reason being is that I've lived in every facet. I've gone through the stages. I've done the work. You cannot heal from a coach or from anybody that hasn't been through or connects with you and understands what you've been through. It's like, you know, it's like a fitness instructor, and you're going to her, and you've struggled with dieting for most of your life, and she's never had that, and she's just like, oh, we'll just do this. It's like, I'm not discounting that people can't help. What I'm saying is, to heal, you need to heal from someone that's been there. And so what I really attribute to why I'm such a successful coach and how I've helped so many people, so many women, is because I get them. I can be in your head. I'm truly empathic. I understand, and intuitive, and highly intuitive and connected, right? I'm able to connect those dots and help you to get unblocked, but also I've lived through it and I've come out the other side. There's a lot to be said for that, right? And so I get where you are at the depths of it, at the worst of it, and at the best of it, and when you want to self-sabotage, and all of those different areas. It's important for you to know that, right? It's really important for you to know that, because you have to know why you're here and who you're doing this with, or else it's just another person. So I struggled. I started at a really young age. I didn't like me at age 10. I did not like myself. I didn't like the little girl. And I didn't like that little girl, and I shut that little girl down at age 10, and I didn't honestly reconnect with her until, 6 years ago, right? I mean, that's a long time, right? I was 31 when I actually was like, oh, you're sad? Oh, you never healed? I shut you down. I made you wrong, right? I found something wrong with me. And and I talk about this, and I say this is not in a blaming way, but, my mother would introduce me as being big boned, and she would say, oh, you don't look good in those. You should wear this, or you don't have the legs to be wearing that, or this and that. She meant nothing wrong with it. This is not about blaming. But I had to get back to the root to understand, where did this come from, and why did I become an emotional eater? And so that really started that. And I took those feelings of inadequacy and I ran with it. I was brought to a Weight Watchers meeting, and I was like, why am I here? And I was never more than 15 pounds overweight. But in my mind, my body dysmorphia took hold, and I ended up having a really unhealthy relationship with myself and my weight. And looking back, when I identified that I was an emotional eater, it wasn't until, like my late 20s, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting in isolation in New York City by myself, looking more forward to eating than I am to wanting to experience life. And it was ruling my life. I was in this dieter's prison, this trap, right? And at that point, I'd become a chronic dieter, and I let it rule my choice. I mean, I had such limited pleasure, because my pleasure then came from food, because I had caused so much restriction, right? I'm a perfectionist. So I had very little room for joy. Everything, I looked perfect on the outside. I was the size 2. I'm so happy. I do this, I do that, right? Inside, I was feeling unfulfilled. I was petrified of this career that I wanted. I felt shame and guilt around my issue with food. I didn't even understand. I just thought I was like most women, right? And I was completely disconnected from my body. Everything I did was a driving force for, I want to lose weight. Body, work with me. Why won't you just work with me? I'm going to feed you no fats. I'm going to skip meals. I'm going to eat no carbs. I am going to work you out until I'm in a full sweat and I've burned off 500 calories or more because that's what's needed to create a deficit to lose the weight. And I'm going to try this diet and that diet and this diet. And I wreaked havoc on my body. Adrenal shutdown, right? So many things wrong. For a health coach, not okay, right? Which just added to more shame and more guilt. And it wasn't until I actually sat on stage, won Best Body, transformed my body, and I sabotaged myself and gained the weight back because my little girl still didn't feel deserving. She didn't feel worthy and deserving of that body, right? So she acted out. Well, yeah, of course she acted out. I haven't talked to her since I was 10. That's the problem. That is not okay. Not only that, she hadn't come out to play. She had no joy. There was no pleasure. I'm in this amazing city, right? I have this incredible career as a designer. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm unfulfilled. There were things. And even that career was fantastic, but I was unfulfilled because I was meant to do this work. I was literally called to do this, right? So I share this with you because, one, I want you to I understand where you are. Wherever you're at, I get it. Trust me. I've literally tried it all. And I also want you to know that whatever it is that you desire, it's meant for you. Gorgeous, gorgeous. It is meant for you. So I often say, where there is lack, you will fill the gap with food. You have to think of your life as a pie and think about the pieces of the pie that are not filled. Because where they're not filled, you're going to fill them with food. Because you are not filled. You're not full. So career, spirituality, love, money, relationships, creativity. Where are you not full, right? So what we're going to start off with tonight, you guys, so I'm getting into more things, but what I really want to focus on tonight is all about eating to lose weight. Your diet is 90% of weight loss. I am not saying that you don't need to work out. For those of you that are like, okay, I'm off the hook. No. What I am saying is we're animals by nature. Moving our body just for health alone, it's good for you. What I am going to say and why we're starting with this week being about food is because we have to get you connected to your bodies. So I hope you have a journal in front of you. Everybody should have a journal, and there's a reason for this. I want you to journal and chronicle the next 4 weeks of your life because you are creating a personal roadmap to your weight loss success. You're going to learn things in these next 4 weeks that you're going to want to remember. You're also going to connect things about yourself that you've never connected before. I am going to push you. I am going to support you. I am going to get you results, but you have to show up and you have to do these things. Because at the end of these 4 weeks, you can't say, oh, that didn't work for me if you didn't give me 100%. And there's no reason. You got 1 day a week for 1 hour. That's all you got to give me. Gots to, right? That's 1 week. Or 1 week, 1 hour. Could you imagine if I was like, we're going to be together each week for 4 weeks, or each day for 4 weeks? Okay, you would hate me, or really, really love me and never be able to live without me. So here's the thing: have a journal, be present, write everything down. In this 4 weeks, what I want you to get is you guys can see each other in this chat box. Pick a buddy, reach out to them, find out who's going to be your buddy. I want accountability and support, and I want that from you guys. You have that for a reason. You have each other. You're here. If you are sitting there and you're like, I'm already checked out, or I don't feel committed, I need you to draw a line in the sand. Do you want this? Are you ready to be done with the struggle? Are you ready to be done with the story? Because one thing that I can tell you that I do find is people say that they want weight loss, and a big reason they sabotage is because they say that they want it, but they're not ready to let go of the story because they're still getting something from it. The story gives them an out. The story gives them a reason to play victim. The story gives them a reason why they're trying but never really getting there. And as long as they focus on their weight, then they don't have to focus on the relationship that's not working, or the relationship they don't have, or the career that they don't like, or the career that they want, or the fear, right? Or the actual disconnection between their love with themselves. And that can happen. And that's hard. It's hard if you haven't liked yourself to look at yourself and say, I'm here and I really want to start to like you. But what I'm going to tell you is you have to be your biggest advocate. Because if you're not, then your self-sabotager will come out, your sabotager, right? And sabotager, you know what I'm saying. I can't with the accent. I want to do it, but it's not happening. She's going to come out. And so I was just on the phone with another client earlier today, and I said, I need a name for her because she is nasty, girl. And she's like, Negative Nancy. And I was like, I have one too. Her name's Crystal, and she rears her ugly head, especially when I want to play big in life. And the bigger I go, she'll come out right at that point when I'm about to really play big. And she wants to shut me down. And I have to be fierce with her and say no. So right now, first and foremost, I want you to take a look at the people in the chat box. If you're not in the chat box yet, I want you to just put your name up. I want you to see who you could be accountable with. If that feels uncomfortable for you, then what I want you to do is think about a friend that you can invite to this 4-week program. And I want them to be your accountability partner. I also want you to know that I want you to tell your families, hi guys, I have now committed to a 4-week program and I need your support throughout these next 4 weeks. Mommy's gonna be doing things differently, or honey's gonna be doing things differently, whatever that is. So let people know that you're in a program, right? And say, like, this is a goal of mine. Talk about it, share it. The more that you share it, you guys, the universe loves it, right? It will respond, because when you step up, when you show up for you, the universe shows up for you in return. Okay, that's really important for you to know. So once you said yes to this, watch out, baby, because magic's gonna happen. So notice, right, you can't up level in one area and not up level in them all. So, right, so I really want you guys to get that. Okay, accountability and support. I've talked to you about how the program works. Eat to Lose is what we were talking about tonight. This is your Eat to Lose weight loss plan. So first and foremost, you are going to see, right, that there is a food journal. Joni, if you could post that. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to click on the link, and you guys are the lucky ones that are going to get this because you're here. I want you to click on the link when that gets posted. And once you get that and you get the food journal, so Joni will post that while I'm talking. Once you get that, what I really want you guys to do is you're going to open that. I want you to print it out, and I want you to print one for each day for 7 days for the next 4 weeks. I love this food journal. And why do I want you to do this? This is not about counting calories at all, right? You see my name right there and you see the food journal. I want you to click on that and I want you to open it up, all right? And we can go through that together. And so, hold on one second. Okay, you guys, this is your food diary, right? It's a powerful tool to bring awareness to your eating patterns. Feel free to use this form or recreate it in a way that's more convenient for you, right? So here are the tips to get started. Why do I have you doing this food journal? You're gonna see that this is not a typical food journal. This is a customized food journal that I created to help my clients. I am giving this to you as a gift along with this program, because as a giver, I don't know why I'm talking in this accent tonight. I'm not even sure what's going on. I love to give, and you're gonna notice that in the program. This is just the way that I am. I'm here for your success. What I want you guys to do in this, and why I have this created for you, are, one, this is all about mind-body connection. Generally, if you've been dieting, I said earlier, the statistic that 31 years, that the average woman spends 31 years of her life dieting. If you are and have been dieting for several years or most of your life, you gave your voice away. You stopped connecting to your body and started giving your power to an expert, a coach, a trainer, somebody else that told you, right? Somebody that created a program or something else that they were very successful at. So they were successful, the zone diet worked for somebody, so then they decided to make it a program. And then it's going to work for other people, and it works for some and it doesn't for others. South Beach Diet, Weight Watchers, Nutrisystem, Isogenics, you name it, it's out there, right? And so what happens is every time we do that, we give more and more of our voice away, and we lose a deeper connection with ourselves. And we stop trusting our bodies, and we start listening to, oh, I should be paleo, right? I should be low carb. I should be no fat, low fat, no sugar, eliminate, Mediterranean diet. I'm going to fast now. I'm going to carb cycle, right? And so you have no idea, right? I just did a talk in New York last month, and I said to everybody, you guys, I want to know how many of you eat the way you eat because your body tells you to, or you eat the way you eat because of a diet that you were on. So you either eat 3 square meals, 6 mini meals, you do snack, you don't snack, you don't have dairy, you don't eat gluten. Why do you eat the way that you eat? Does it work for you, or is it because you think you should in order to lose weight? And it's the same thing with workouts. Are you working out in a way that fuels you and feels really good for you? Or are you working out in a way because you think it's going to get the weight off, but you actually sit there and are like, oh my God, I don't want to get up or get out of bed. I don't want to go into that gym. I hate being in this class, right? You have to take notice, because I always say, if you don't want to eat the way that you're eating 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, 3 years from now, then you are going to sabotage and you're not going to want to do it. You're not going to make it past the threshold of the program, right? If you are working out in a way that does not feel good for you, it's not going, right? And it doesn't excite you. If you don't love it, you will not do it, which means you're on just another diet. This 4 weeks is not a diet. This is a lifestyle. I am helping you to really get fired up for the body that you desire. And we're doing that through these 4 weeks. And I'm giving you the tools and the tips that you need to do that, right? So important. Okay, this food journal is going to help you because it's going to get you back connected to your body, right? So you're going to see here, I said, it's not how you feel physically or emotionally before, during, or after each meal, right? So you're going to, it's not, sorry, that first sentence should be note, that first word. Note how you feel physically, emotionally before, during, and after each meal, snack, or beverage. And that word should be beverage. I'm so sorry. My team was supposed to correct all of these things. I type a lot, and I'm constantly, I literally feel like I'm a writer and an author, and because all I do is write content. So it's a lot. So if you guys notice that there are any misspellings, I just want to apologize in advance, or grammar or things. I'm literally writing on average about 20 to 40 pages of content each week, and it becomes a lot. So sometimes I'm just typing, and that's in between all of the other things that I do. So yeah, so notice that. So I was an English major, so this bothers me to no end, but I do want you to know it's supposed to be note how you feel physically and emotionally before, during, and after each meal, snack, or beverage. At first it may feel odd, or you may not feel any particular way, right? So this is just about regaining connection and trust to you, which is super, super important. And I want you to know it's okay if you're not really feeling any way. I just want you to write fine or good. Here are tips to get you started. Physical symptoms, and that word's supposed to be symptoms, oh my God, are bodily sensations. So clues for imbalance: headaches, stomach pains, muscle cramps, coughing, fatigue, insomnia, restlessness, shakiness, muscle weakness, poor concentration, right? Pallor, right? Like all of these things are good indications. So you guys, I truly want you to get that food is medicine. What you feed your body shows up on the outside. It shows up on the inside, right? If you're eating a ton of sugar, you're going to notice inflammation. You're going to notice cravings. You're going to notice you have acne. You're going to notice you get tired easily, right? Gluten and different things, that if you have a reaction to it will be a problem, right? Dairy oftentimes causes bloating, right? There's so many things. Clues for balance. When you eat things where you feel balanced, bright eyes, your hunger is stabilized, you have good stamina, you're naturally breathing deep, you have energy, high energy, restful sleep, good focus, alertness, strength in your body, good attention span, good color, right? Those are all things to know that you're balanced, right? You also, it's knowing that you're not lethargic after a meal. Emotional symptoms can be a little bit harder to notice. So I just want to talk through these, and I want to make sure, because oftentimes we get handouts and programs, especially if they're free, and we never take the time to read them, which is why I'm going through this with you. Emotional symptoms may be a little harder to notice. So clues for imbalances, being anxious. Again, I apologize for the misspelling. Anxious, bored, scared, mad, sad, depressed, scattered, restless, irritable, agitated, hyper. Clues for balance. You're confident, you're excited, you're energized. That's supposed to be humorous, right? Happy, interested, focused, calm, relaxed, easygoing, patient. This food diary process is designed to be fun and informative. Stay free of negative judgments, okay? If negative feelings arise, or if you feel guilty for eating something bad, remember that recording this information will help you see the connection between what you eat and how you feel emotionally and physically. If you forget to write down a meal, just keep going. It's all fine, right? You just want to keep writing. And I also want you to know that some good tools to use to help you with food journaling too is MyFitnessPal or Lose It. Those are two great free applications that you can use. You can scan bar food, like use bar foods to scan foods. MyFitnessPal has an extensive library of things. Most times if you put in things, they'll pop up. That can help you. And what that does, if you are a dieter, I don't want to trigger anything, right? But if it's going to, what I also like to do is educate people. So if you're not educated on how much you're consuming in a day or the portion size of what you're consuming, then that is going to cause a problem, right? So a great way to do that is by you, a great way to do that, I'm sorry, is by you actually being in a space where you are, so I want to rewind here. Okay, if you get triggered by using anything like that, then please stop. But if not, then I want you to understand the portions that you're taking in. And then also, I want you to understand not only the portions, but to the foods that you're eating and how they're making you feel. So doing this in conjunction with one of those would be really, really powerful for you. So please, please know that. Okay. Next up, the food journal. What you're going to see is it's broken down by meal, right? And you can put satisfied, full, still hungry. And then I want you to put what you're craving and what you're desiring. Why is this really important? When cravings come up, there's always 4 questions that I tell you to ask yourself. Am I really hungry right now? Is food going to solve the problem? What's going on in my life? And what can I do instead? Am I really hungry right now? Is food going to solve the problem? What's going on in my life right now? And what can I do instead? Right? And so that's truly, truly what I want you to recognize and be present to, because you guys, you're not eating, if you're eating past full, if you're eating when you're not hungry, if you're eating because of your emotions, if you're eating to feel something, you have to understand and get to the root of that. And I want you to be cognizant of that, because in doing so, we're going to put you in a state of awareness. And that awareness for you is key. So you guys, you're here because you want to change, right? So many of you wrote in your questions, how do I lose weight? How do I lose weight fast? How do I lose weight? How do I lose weight fast? You've been doing this. You've been at this, right? And you're done with it. You're done with the struggle. You're aware of your patterns and you're sick of it, right? You're ready to be done with this being your story. You're ready to change. And you don't want this to be your story anymore. You don't want this to be your struggle. And what I want you to get is that if you are ready, then doing these things is going to help you. So I know that it sucks to feel this way, and I hate the word sucks, but it does. I know what awareness feels like. And it's like, okay, I'm so aware. The food isn't even working for me anymore. It used to even taste good, and now it's not. And now I'm in this place, and I just want to be done with this. I'm ready to be done, right? And so this is going to help you. So identify those things. It's really, really important for you to do that, okay? So next, what I want you to get is that in this state of awareness, this is about getting out of isolation, which goes back to having accountability and support. So when you are doing this food diary, you are reconnecting to yourself. You're reconnecting to what you're doing and what you're not doing, whether you're eating for hungry and whether you're eating for hunger and whether you're not, right? And not only that, you're gonna see patterns of behavior, which is why I want you journaling this entire time. You guys, your journal is your #1 tool. It is a free tool for you. I am telling you, I have studied under the top people that have dealt with that and work in the fields of health and weight loss and wellness and nutrition. I have been coached by them. I have done the work myself. And I'm telling you that a journal is your best friend. You have to be in touch with you. And if that is hard for you, then this is where we need to start. If you're not connected, this is where you need to start. And if you're in that space, right, where you are actually not aware of how your body likes to move, that you don't know what foods work for you and what foods work against you, that you're sitting here and you're going, I don't even know what bloats me or this and that. I'm just kind of just trying these things because I just want to get this weight off and I'm so sick of this, right? If you're in that space, then you have to connect to you. If you pass by a mirror and don't look at yourself, that's a problem. If you get changed and you avoid the mirrors, if you don't know what you look like naked, you don't look down in a shower, that's a problem. You are one with your body. You can't love you and not your body. It is not possible. And if you are sitting there waiting until you get a body that you like to start liking you, you will not get there. Because you are focused on the lack that is you. You're focused, you're sitting there saying, I'm sorry, but I am not enough exactly as I am. I will not be happy with me until I get that body, which means I'm going to attract in more of what I don't want because I'm so fixated on getting the body that I don't have that I can't appreciate the one that I do have in all of its entirety. And I'm not saying that you need to settle at all. My tagline is, why be fine when we deserve fabulous? Do you think I'm settling? No. I'm about going big, right? It's what I teach. It's what I practice, right? And I'm always striving for more. I am always trying to be better. I'm always going for that. And I push my clients to do the same because they've hired me for that and they asked me for it, right? And so you're here for that. There's something about me that attracted you, right? I only attract in the people that I'm meant to serve. Without a doubt. If you've been following me, there's a reason. Let me help you, right? So in saying this, what I really want you to know and I want you to understand is that when you are sitting in a space where you are making yourself wrong for the body that you have, and you're always saying, I did this, but I didn't do enough. I did this, but I didn't do enough. You are just attracting in more of the not enough. And you're never going to get to where you want to be, right? You have to accept you now. You have to have fun now. You have to live in the body you have now. You have no idea what tomorrow brings. The present will give you joy. Stop future tripping. Let go of the past. It is not serving you, right? What will help you is being here now. Take this in, okay? So the food diary is going to help you to reconnect with yourself. I really want you to understand what foods work for you, what foods don't, what drinks work for you, what doesn't. Pay attention to your sleep, right? Pay attention to activities. Start to trust yourself. Regain that connection to you, okay? So it's about getting your voice back. These simple shifts will bring noticeable changes. So what I want you to do now is I want you to sit there and, sorry, my eyes. Okay. I want you to sit and I want you to close your eyes. I want you to drop your shoulders. And I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And I want you to relax your shoulders down from up by your ears. You even just saw I had to lower mine. Get a little excited here. Very passionate about what I do. And I just want you to drop them down and roll them back. And I want you to take your head and drop it to one side. Drop it to the right. And let your head hang back. Drop it to the left. Let it hang low. You can move it from side to side. And then I want you to take your head and roll it all the way around. And do that again for me. Okay. Now taking your head up, I want you to go in the opposite direction. And I really want you to feel your body. Go slow. Feel your neck. Release the tension, release the stress. Allow yourself to be present and to be here and to receive what we're about to do. And keep rolling your head. Beautiful. Make sure that your palms are facing up, open to receive. And now bring your head upright. Feeling your body relax. Releasing all tension in your neck and in your shoulders. Breathing deep in through your nose for a count of 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Out through your mouth. 3, 2, 1. In through your nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out through your mouth. 3, 2, 1. And again, in through your nose. 2, 1. And out through your mouth. 3, 2, 1. And now what I want you to do is we're going to do a visualization. And some of you may have done this with me before. In breathing deep, I want you to think about your ideal body. What does your ideal body look like? What does your ideal body look like for you? And what does it feel like? Can you see yourself? If you can't see yourself, think about what it would feel like. What does that body look like? Who is that woman? Is it you? Is it a body you imagine? Maybe you've been that size before. Maybe you've never been there. Maybe it's a completely different body, toned and tight, than one that you've ever experienced. But it's yours. Feel it. What would you wear? What would you do differently in your life, in this body? How would you walk and carry yourself? How would you be in the workplace or with your family? How would you be with your boyfriend or your spouse? How would you be with your kids? Around your girlfriends? What would it feel like on the beach? Summer's coming. How would it be to have that body come June? Who is she? Now invite more into the vision. What does your life look like with this body? Allow it to unfold. See her in different outfits. Feel her in the gym, walking down the street, running into old friends, getting complimented left and right. How does it feel? What do you see? Now I want you to take that vision and I want you to open your eyes. And I want you to take your journal right now. And I want you to write in detail what you just experienced. What did you see? Who is she? It's not about going back to a body that you once had. It's about having the best body that you've ever had. That's all possible for you. That woman is possible. She's there, she's waiting. She's in you. The thing you is in you, literally. She's there. The only thing is she's masked right now with a lot of doubts, a lot of fears, a lot of dieting lingo, a lot of pushing instead of trusting, instead of allowing, negative instead of love. She's there. Write it down. Who is she? What was she doing? Who is in the vision with you? What is she wearing? How did it feel? What would you do differently? Take time right now. Just so you know, the 4 questions, Kristen, are: am I really hungry right now? Is food going to solve the problem? Or am I really hungry right now? What's going on in my life right now? Is food going to solve the problem? And what can I do instead? I'm loving seeing that some of you guys have buddied up. Beautiful. Keep that going, right? Okay. So now the second part to this is I want you to write down what you're not doing. The way that you saw this piece of you living that you're not living now because you're waiting for her to arrive. How are you holding yourself back? Because what I know for sure is that pleasure, joy, fun, living is what will fill the gap, is what will take away the lack. And then you won't want the food. See, food has become your source of pleasure. Food has become fun. As we become adults, we have so many responsibilities and routines and people to care for as women. We take care of so much and we put ourselves bottom of the list. It's uncomfortable for us to invest in ourselves. It's uncomfortable for us to take care of ourselves and to think that we're deserving and worthy of that time, of the investment. I can't tell you how many women that when they sign up with me, they've like never done something for themselves like this. You know, it's hard for them. And the idea that they're actually making themselves first, you know, that they have to be a priority. And I say, you are going to be a better person for everyone in your life because they're going to get all of you at a 200%. And you're going to be able to receive their love, their support, and their affection. And, you know, instead of thinking, right, because right now when we're in a dieting space, we're so fixated on dieting. Did you know when you're on a diet, all you think about is food, right? Like you literally can't wait for your next meal, you know? And I think that's why so many people that work with me are like, this feels too easy. It's weird. I'm just losing weight, you know? And like, I don't understand, and I'm not even doing anything. And I'm like, because you're not fixated on food. I'm not like giving you like, no, don't eat this, do eat that, don't work out, right? Like you're choosing and you're connected and it feels good. So you want to keep feeling good, right? The path to feeling good never feels bad. So stop making yourself feel bad. Feeling bad thoughts don't feel good. Thinking bad thoughts don't feel good. Telling yourself awful things doesn't feel good, right? Making yourself wrong doesn't feel good, right? So, you know, you want to pay attention to these things. So the second part to that exercise is who's the woman that's in there? And then the second part is, okay, how am I not living that now? How am I holding myself back? How am I not living that truth now? Why am I not giving myself permission to have joy in my life right now that the thin me gets to experience? Because the more that you have that joy, I promise you, you will be so fulfilled that's why the food doesn't even taste that good for you anymore. And if it does, then we're just going to move you past that. But I'm telling you, for those of you that are going, no, it doesn't even taste good. Like I see myself doing it. I feel it. I don't even want it. There's a reason. So really, really, truly, that's a very important piece for you. Does that make sense? So a few things that I want you to know in closing with this is do those exercises, print out the journal, have it. Next week, we're going to go through fitness and we're going to keep talking about foods that work for you. Many of you asked about fruit, so I want to finalize this. There are some fruits that help with weight loss, okay? Fruits that help with weight loss are berries, grapefruit, and green apples, ideally. You want to have fruit earlier in the day. Truly you do. There's a reason for this. Because you are giving yourself energy. Energy, right? Glycogen stores, it's meant to be burned off. We don't want to have fruit before we go to bed, just like we don't want to have a ton of carbs before we go to bed, right? You want to go to bed and have a restful sleep, not a restless sleep, right? When we feed our body sugar, which is carbs, it's like, where are we going? What do you want me to do? Okay, great. You just filled up the tank, right? What do you want me to do now? So instead, you know, you want to have those energy stores earlier in the day when you're going to be moving a lot, when you're walking, when you're running, when you're exercising, when you're moving your body so that you can burn them off so they don't get stored as fat. So why are berries so good? Berries are high in fiber, high in antioxidants, and they're low in sugar and lower on the glycemic index. You can also have more of them for the calorie count. Grapefruits are proven to cut fat, right? So it's great to have grapefruit before a meal, right? Green apples help to alkaline your diet. This is why I've identified those three. I love fruit. I'm not saying fruits are bad, but those are the optimal ones for weight loss, right? Starting off your morning with lemon water is ideal. You guys hear me say this all the time. It cleanses the body, it detoxifies the liver, it sets you up for weight loss, it puts you in a good mood, it helps you have a morning elimination. You've just come off of hopefully 8 hours of fasting. Having warm water with lemon first thing is ideal. Do not have coffee. You're putting acid on top of acid. Have warm water with lemon. Let it work through your body. Let it get the waste out so that you can start your day with a clean palate and actually connecting with you to find out the best way for you to say, body, what is it you want to eat? What is it that you need? I am here, right? Okay, I am listening. First thing in the morning, you want to have protein. 20 grams of protein. What does that look like? An egg and 3 egg whites. A plain Greek yogurt, 1/4 cup of cottage cheese, scoop of protein powder, right? Piece of protein, 4 ounces, size of your palm. We're going to get into more food stuff, but I want to just give you these tips. I don't want you to get overcomplicated. What I want you to do this week is connect with your body. That is what I want you to do this week. Connect with your body. Pay attention to what you're eating. It will be the most powerful thing that you can do. I don't want you to follow a diet plan. I want you to eat connected to your body, and I want you to drink 3 liters of water. Your body's comprised of water. It's the largest organ. You need water to detoxify and cleanse your body. It's also going to help you to assess your hunger levels and to know when you're full. All right, guys? So I want to thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or you need anything, always let me know. You can email support@melissakathryn.com. I'm happy to answer anything that you have. What I really want you guys to know first and foremost is those of you guys are going to receive a link. Joni, if you could please put the link up. I've opened up slots this Friday only, where you can get help from me with all of this, okay? Private coaching with me. These are 20 minutes. I'm doing the best that I can to talk to as many of you as I can. Take me up on that. There is the link, and you will get it in an email. Grab the spot as quickly as possible. All right, ladies? I want to thank you so much for being here. Joni, if you could post that, that would be great. Take me up on this opportunity. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Be on your game. Love you, ladies.